Sup guys, it's Alex here and welcome to the December 28th Bracketology update. This will be the last one of the year and probably the last one on Brackify, which kind of makes me sad. It's been my lifeblood for the past couple years, but we'll figure out what we're going to do with that. I'm looking at different sites to do the brackets and stuff like that on. I may have to do it to where we don't even vote, but I just kind of go over predictions and stuff like that, but we'll figure out a way to make it work. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Bracketology. Right now, there hasn't been a whole lot of changes since the last one that came out on the 21st, but now Kentucky is up to a 6 seed. After beating North Carolina, they moved up from an 8 seed. Buffalo's down to a 6 after they were a 3 in the last one after they lost to Marquette. Cincinnati's down to an 8, LSU's up to a 9, Nebraska's down to a 5, Oregon's down to a 12, Iowa's down to an 8, UCF's up to a 10 with Taco Fall. Marquette's up to a 5 after they had beaten Buffalo. Ohio State's up to a 4. VCU is new to the field. TCU is now a 7 seed. Villanova has fallen to a 7 seed. They've had a really bad, they've been falling pretty far since the beginning of the season. And Maryland's down to a 10. Tennessee has taken over the last #1 seed from Virginia. They've just been too good this season. Virginia hasn't really shown a whole lot. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Bracketology and my predictions. And sorry, I'm still recording on my iPhone and stuff like that. Just haven't decided to go ahead and get the updated stuff. But if these videos start taking off, getting like thousands of views per video, right now they're averaging about 300, which I mean, it's pretty good for Bracketology. And before everybody really starts getting into it, they don't really start getting into it until conference play and after the college football season ends. But yeah, here we go. Let's go and start making our predictions. As always, I create the brackets on Brackify.com, but now I don't know what I'll be doing, but we'll see what happens. Then if I'll put this link in the description for you guys to go ahead and vote. Hopefully you see this video before Brackify shuts down on the 31st, but we'll see what happens with that. Now let's go ahead and start making our predictions. So first up, we got Duke and Ryder. I think Duke's obviously going to win that one. Then we got Iowa and St. John's. I don't know too much about Iowa, but I know that St. John's only has they're either undefeated or only have one loss. So I'm going to go with St. John's there. So there we go. Then we got Indiana with Romeo Langford against Murray State. This one's going to be my first upset pick of the video. I'm going to go with Murray State here, though I've been picking Indiana, and I've said I like them a whole lot in previous videos. I think that this might be a trap game. Indiana might overlook Murray State. And Murray State's had really good games so far this season. They only lost to Auburn by like 5. So I'm going to go with the upset pick here, Murray State. Then Texas Tech will beat Yale, even though somebody picked Yale to win that one. Buffalo will beat the winner of Texas and Utah State, which I think will be Buffalo. Auburn will beat Georgia State. Louisville beat Taco Fall and VCU. And then Michigan State and Kentucky. Michigan State's going to win that one. Then Tennessee will beat C.J. McCollum's alumni school at Lehigh. Then Purdue and Iowa State. I think Purdue's going to end up higher than the 9 seed. They've been having a couple guys out with an injury. Like I think Carson Edwards is out with an injury right now. But I think they're a much better team than Iowa State. And I think they move up to probably about a 6 or 7 seed by the end of the season. And then Marquette will beat Wofford. Got to close down that notification right there. Then Ohio State will beat Old Dominion. Kentucky will beat VCU. North Carolina will beat Vermont. TCU, I think they're either undefeated or only have one loss too. I think they beat Minnesota. And Gonzaga will beat South Dakota State. Kansas will beat the winner of Stephen F. Austin and Texas Southern, which I think will I think that'll be Texas Southern that wins that matchup. LSU will beat Cincinnati. Nebraska will beat Bol Bol and Oregon. Then Virginia Tech will beat UC Irvine, even though somebody picked UC Irvine to win that one. I think Creighton pulls off the upset here against Houston. Wisconsin beats New Mexico State. NC State will beat Seton Hall, even though Seton Hall has that win against UK. And then Nevada will beat Montana. So then we have, in the final region of the bracket, we got Michigan beating the winner of, I don't even remember who that was. I clicked to it pretty far, but I'm pretty sure Michigan will win that one. Kansas State, I think, will beat Butler once they get, I think his name is Dean Wade back from injury. And we got Mississippi State beating Lipscomb. The Lipscomb could be a team that goes through a run in the NCAA tournament. They've been playing really good teams close. Like they only lost to Louisville by, I think, like 4 or 5. They could be a really good Cinderella story. And then we got Florida State beating Charleston. Arizona State, who just knocked off #1 Kansas at home. They're going to beat the winner of Florida and San Francisco, which I think will be Florida. Oklahoma will beat Loyola Chicago. Villanova, I think, will beat Maryland. And then Virginia. Oh, somebody picked Radford to upset Virginia there. I think it'll be Virginia, though, that beats Radford. I don't think that's going to be even close. Duke and St. John's. I got to go with Duke winning there. I think everybody will. Texas Tech and Murray State. I'm going to go with Murray State pulling off another upset here and making a Cinderella run to the Sweet 16. Then we got Buffalo and Auburn. I think Auburn wins that one. And then Louisville and Michigan State. They played earlier this season. Louisville won that one at home. I think they pull it off again. I think Chris Mack leads Louisville to a Sweet 16 berth as a 7 seed. Then Duke and Purdue, or not Duke and Purdue, Tennessee and Purdue. I think that Tennessee wins that matchup. I think Marquette goes and beats Ohio State. Kentucky and North Carolina, they just played this past weekend on a neutral site. Kentucky won by 10 or 11. I got to go with Kentucky winning there. I mean, they just proved they can beat North Carolina. Then Gonzaga will beat TCU. Kansas will beat LSU, Nebraska, and Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech pulls off the win there. Wisconsin and Ethan Happ. Sorry about that. Wisconsin and Ethan Happ get past Creighton. Then Nevada will get past NC State. Michigan will beat Kansas State. And then Mississippi State, I think, will beat Florida State. Arizona State, I think, pulls off the upset here. All these state schools, I think they beat Oklahoma. They just proved that they can beat a Big 12 school. And Kansas is the best team in the Big 12. And this right here, this was my national championship game from last year, what I predicted in like the actual NCAA tournament video. Safe to say it didn't come to pass. Villanova, I predicted to make the national championship game, and they did. They won the national championship, but Virginia lost first round to UMBC. But this year, I got to go with Virginia. I have no clue what's going on with Villanova right now. So for a spot in the Elite Eight, Duke and Murray State, I got Duke winning that matchup. Louisville and Auburn, I like Louisville moving on here to the Elite Eight. I'm a huge UK fan. I hate to put Louisville going through there. There's a big matchup this weekend with UK and U of L. But I think U of L is doing really good this season. I think they beat Auburn. So then we got Tennessee and Marquette. I got Tennessee winning that matchup. Kentucky and Gonzaga. Gonzaga lost to North Carolina, who Kentucky beat, but then Gonzaga also beat Duke, who Kentucky got destroyed by. But I got to go with Big Blue Nation. I got to go with Kentucky beating Gonzaga there. Kansas will beat Virginia Tech. I think Wisconsin and Ethan Happ will lose to Nevada. Then we got Michigan and Mississippi State. Got Michigan winning that matchup. Arizona State and Virginia. I got to go with the stout defense of Virginia moving on there. Then first spot in the Final Four, Duke and Louisville. Battle of the ACC schools. Got to go with Duke moving on. Kentucky and Tennessee. Battle of the SEC schools. As much as I want to pick Kentucky here, I got Tennessee winning. They're just a more complete team right now with Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield. Then Kansas and Nevada. I'm going to go with the small school here. I'm going to go with Nevada. They have tons of experience. I think that they're very underrated. They just haven't played anybody really that good so far. And Kansas has been playing, they've barely been scraping by against teams like Stanford and New Mexico State. I got Nevada moving on to the Final Four. Then Michigan and Virginia. I got Michigan moving on. I think they have one of the best resumes in the nation right now, if not the best. I think they beat Virginia. So then first spot in the national championship game, Duke and Tennessee. I got to go with the overwhelming talent of Duke. Then Michigan and Nevada. I'm actually going to go with a sort of an upset pick here. I'm going to go with the experience of Nevada. I think that they're going to move on right there. Then right here, it's going to be a battle of experience versus inexperience, a battle of talent versus team cohesion and chemistry. But as much as I want to pick Nevada here, going with the team that nobody would really pick to win the national championship, I got to go with Duke moving on. They're just too good right now. As much as I hate to pick them, I mean, you never know. And I clicked last week's Bracketology, but yeah. So there you have it. Those are my predictions for the current Bracketology. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the description to go ahead and vote on this video, and then I'll figure out how we're going to do it in the future. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your reactions to the Bracketology and who you think is seated too high and too low in the comments below. And I will see you all later. Thanks for watching.